Hey, welcome to Night Convos.
Welcome back. Hubby's here.
Hey, hubby.
Hey, Lovey.
Aw. Hey, y'all. You get
You
a...
get a book. I get a book. Lovey gets a book. Everybody gets a book.
Okay, I was fixing to say that, just not in that way. Sorry, y'all. Hubby's being silly. But, I mean, why not, right? Especially when we have Ryan talking about writing a book and Christy saying that she thinks she will be writing a book and trying to tease that she possibly already has a book deal in the works. Then we have Ryan doing his polls to ask people if they would actually buy his book if he wrote a book. Red for yes, you'd buy my book. Blue for no. Like, goodness, come on, Ryan. Also, would you buy Christie's? We're going to look at a few clips and talk about it. But before we do, thank you so much to all of our subscribers.
Yes, thank you so much.
We are truly so grateful for every single one of you. We love and appreciate all of you so very much. Welcome to all of our new subscribers. We are so grateful to have you be a part of our family and channel. We honestly are. Without all of you, we would not have a channel at all. So thank you so much to all of you. Thank you for all the hypes that we've gotten on our videos. We truly appreciate that. And the memberships, we just appreciate everything that y'all do to support us. We appreciate reading the comments that y'all leave for us in the comment section that are just kind and supportive words to us. We appreciate it all so much, and it honestly means so much to us. It really does. So thank you all so much for that. And if you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos or posts. And please, y'all, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and we'll be conversating with y'all like always. And hubby and I apologize that we have not went live. We were planning on going live like last night or tonight, but things kind of got in the way. Life happens. But we will be doing a live soon, we promise. And we hope all of you will enjoy it and join us for the live. And we'll be making a post on our community page here on YouTube ahead of time so that y'all have a little bit more of a heads up than last time. Okay, jumping over here to TikTok, I want y'all to look at two short little clips that Ryan, well, he didn't post them. They were posted by someone else. But it is of Ryan's lives. The two clips are from two different lives that he did. One being the one that we posted the day before yesterday. Okay, so this first clip is from June of last year, and a lot of us know that Ryan has been talking about writing a book, a tell-all book, and all of that ever since last year. For over a year now, he has been talking about writing a book, and he's always, saying, hey, do y'all really want me to write a book? Red for yes, blue for no. Would y'all buy the book if I wrote one? Red for yes, blue for no. And doing polls on it, and then saying, well, if I wrote a book, it would just be about my life. It wouldn't be about Gypsy. I wouldn't spill any tea. Obviously, because of course he's gonna protect Gypsy.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. Anyway, but he's been talking about doing this for a while now. I don't really know if he's going to write a book. I don't really see him writing a book unless he gets that desperate to where he needs the money, and two, even if he did need the money, he would have to have someone offer him a book deal, I would think. You could write your own book and still sell it like on Amazon and things like that without a company coming to you and offering you a deal, yes. But would Ryan settle for doing that, like writing his own book, editing it, all of that, and then like selling it on Amazon, for example. I don't know. Y'all let us know what y'all think. But this first clip is by gossips.t. Gossip with an S at the end, .t on TikTok. Okay, let me get down here and start it at the beginning.
Anyway, I'm sitting back and I just have a question. Guys, I have so much that I need to say about my side of the story and what actually happened. And, a friend of mine told me I should write a book of my experiences. And I don't know, like, do I have a lot to say? Absolutely. But, I mean, what are y'all thoughts? Would y'all read a book if I did a book from my side? Let me tell you what would it be. It would be the truth. I know y'all seen the new clip of the show where Christy talks to Gypsy about Ken. Like, guys, that was my first day back to work. And I don't know what mother-in-law would do that to ruin a marriage, but
Oh my God.
anyway, but there's so many more situations like that, guys. It's just one of those things. But let me know what y'all think. If y'all are interested, let me know.
Okay, I just have to say this. Yes, I do believe that Christy was in Gypsy's ear. I believe that Ken was in Gypsy's ear. I believe that Gypsy was in her own head about being married to Ryan. And she knew way before it ever showed it on season 1 of Life After Lockup. But I think that, like I said, people were in her ear, yes. But Ryan has always and continues to blame Christy mainly. But Christy and Ken and everyone else for ruining his marriage, coming in between him and Gypsy, and him and Gypsy's marriage ending. Can we just make it clear, Ryan? What?
That it was all Gypsy?
Yes. Yes, Ryan. That's what you need to get through your head. I don't care how many times Gypsy has told you, I would come back if, or I would come back if this, I would come back if that, or I miss you, or blah, 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 whatever. We all know that Gypsy does what Gypsy wants to do when Gypsy wants to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, whether it's illegal or not, really. But Ryan, please understand that Gypsy is the one that left y'all's marriage. Gypsy is the one that had to fill out the paperwork for y'all to get married while she was still in prison because she used you, for one thing, because you looked good on her parole. Let's just be real here. But Gypsy is the one that took those marriage vows with you. Gypsy is the one that did not take those vows seriously and looked at y'all's marriage as just a piece of paper. Remember, those are her words and Rod's words. Oh, well, marriage is just a piece of paper. Okay, so Gypsy is the one that broke your marriage vows in every way. I mean, she went and got with another man, got pregnant by another man while married to you. I mean, she broke every vow that you take. She wasn't with you for sickness and in health, richer, for poorer, none of those things. She's the one that left, Ryan. Yes, people may have been in her ear, pushing her to do it or telling her she should do it, but she is the one that made the ultimate choice to leave the marriage, Ryan. No one held a pew-pew to her head and said, you have to divorce Ryan. Can we make that clear now? Okay, take a look at this second clip. It was posted on TikTok by Stay and Vibe. And this clip came from Ryan's most recent live that we posted the day before yesterday.
For it to sell, I'd have to say some dark stuff and stuff that, nobody's business, really. That's the problem. Like, how dark, how much would I want to confess? How much would I want out there? You know what I mean? It's not that it's dark and, it's just, you'd have to throw some dirt in there. Like everybody's got dirt, but it'd have to be dirt with my ex and it's nobody's business, For it to sell, I'd have to.
What do y'all think he means that he's saying if he writes a book, he would have to say some dark stuff? He would have to really say some dark stuff. Like,
all you gotta do is really speak the truth.
exactly. Like, that's all you gotta do, Ryan, is just tell the truth. Tell the truth of what happened. That's it. We've never taken any sides, but we were at least hoping for a short period of time anyway, especially before all this information came out about Ryan, that he would move on and realize pretty much anyone would be better than waiting around on Gypsy to never come back. For those of you that watched the part of his live we posted, though, y'all heard that he is still claiming he will always care about Gypsy.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. And I could understand, I get that, like, there are people out there who break up, separate, even divorce, and they still care about each other, even love each other sometimes.
Yeah.
But in this situation, and I don't know about you, hubby, but in this situation, it's more like Ryan and Gypsy had a teenage relationship.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Do y'all get what I mean? Like, they literally dated while she was in prison. They couldn't really truly get to know each other. You don't get to know each other unless you can go out with each other, physically see each other. And then when you move in with someone, it's completely different than just dating them. They didn't get to do all of that. And while she was in prison, they really didn't even get to see each other that much. Only a handful of times because she was constantly doing things to lose her visitation privileges. And then she gets out, she paroles to his house, and within like 2.5 months, she's with Ken and pregnant, and don't forget, she got out at the end of December. She claims that she got pregnant in April. We think she got pregnant in March, but that's a whole different video and a whole different debate. But it's literally like they had a teenage relationship and he is in puppy love.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
I know, right? And now he just stays doing lives defending Gypsy, claiming he's not defending Gypsy, doing polls, hollering for Pixie, and telling people to go buy his cameos. There's only so long you can feel bad for someone and understand, okay, well, people grieve differently at different amounts of times and continue to hope for them that they will move on from someone. Someone that, if you really look at it, they were only with for almost 3 months. He acts like he was in puppy love, like I was saying, but thinks it was true love. He thinks it was true love, but really it was like puppy love.
Yeah.
And I wish he would realize it, if that makes sense. Obviously, we are not trying to be mean. We're just saying that's what it seems like, because he is so stuck on Gypsy. We have seen where a lot of you think similarly. Now, the one thing we will say is none of us know what's going on in the background. More than likely, Gypsy is probably keeping Ryan on the hook by sending him a message here and there every few months. What do y'all think? Because he still holds on to the fact that Gypsy told him last July, the same month she announced her pregnancy over a year ago, and said she was so happy with Knurker, Ken over a year ago that if she wasn't pregnant, or if she weren't pregnant, she would go back to him. She told Ryan that if she weren't pregnant with Ken's baby, that she would go back to him, and even wished that she could go back to him. Ryan tried to tell her that we can raise the baby as ours, and from what Gypsy said, she asked Ryan, what about Ken? Is he supposed to just go away and forget about his child? And then she said she told Ryan that she just couldn't do that to Ken. Then after she had the baby, she used it to dangle in front of Ryan's face to get what she wanted, and Ken was okay with his child being used like that because, as Ken put it, Gypsy probably just told Ryan we can all three go to lunch, me, you, and Aurora, and then go together to have the DNA test done, to get Ryan to agree to do the DNA test, to do it on Ryan's terms. So it was okay with Ken that his child, their child, was used. Sorry, but in my opinion, that's not right. You don't put children in the middle of adult situations and business.
Nope.
I also think Gypsy was doing this to see what it would be like to play house, so to speak, with Ryan for a day. What do y'all think? With all that being said, do y'all really think Ryan will ever write a book? Because I don't see him doing that, because he would have to write about Gypsy, and he would have to spill some tea, so to speak. So
Yeah, I don't see it happening either.
yeah, I really don't. Do y'all? Take a look at this before we move on to Christy.
Like, I'm gonna leave alive, guys. I'm always gonna care for her. Always. I don't want to hear somebody I care for died. Like, that's fucked up. It's fucked up. I mean, I'm always gonna care for her, guys. Like, this is what it is. Always. Sergeant Slaughter would be cool. Like,
and don't forget, he said that they will always and forever have a bond because they had a show together. A show, y'all, that ran one season, and he made a few appearances on the second season, but was not even with her at all on the second season. A show does not bond you with someone forever and eternity, Ryan. Come on now. Okay, let's take a look at this clip that was posted by our friend Lottie over on TikTok. And this is Christy talking with Bree, and the rest of the minions, Gypsy's quote friends and the rest of the minions. And this one up here in the corner, if y'all do follow or know who Ethan is, he's a guy on TikTok that talks about true crime cases, including Gypsy's. And Sheena is using his face, of course. Like, she goes from using Toddy's face to Keisha's face to Ethan's face. I mean, she's always using someone else's face, hoping they will say something so that she can continuously argue with them. That's all she wants is attention. I mean, bless her heart, she's thirsty. She's so thirsty for attention. It's a little bit embarrassing. It's like secondhand embarrassment,
Yeah.
Just my opinion. I'm just saying. But okay, let's take a look at this clip. And we apologize, but we may interrupt this short clip because they do talk about a couple of other things before the book. Just like always, if we interrupt it, we will play the full clip at the end of the video.
The roller coaster is how people keep you controlled too. The drama, the distraction, and then it calms down. That constant, like, it's one thing after another, helps people control the situation also. Right. I mean, they just kept moving further away, and But Katrina, when they were at the shelter, they had volunteers, and I think it was a volunteer from Missouri, and was telling, Dee Dee and Gypsy about Missouri, and that's why they went to Missouri, like how nice it was and everything.
Okay, Christy's claiming that someone was telling Dee Dee and Gypsy during Hurricane Katrina, remember when they were having to stay at the Superdome, how beautiful Missouri was, and Christy says, and everything like that, and that's what made them, want to move to Missouri. Well, what did you expect them to do, Christy? Because you and Rod didn't care. Rod, her Gypsy's own father, did not care to get a place for them to live. Y'all weren't offering her a place to live. Rod wasn't renting even a one-bedroom apartment, something for them to live in. Heck, he would barely pay child support without Dee Dee having to drag him to court to do so. So what did you expect them to do? So whether they moved to Missouri or somewhere else, what did you expect them to do? Do you understand the crime rate that was going on in the Superdome during Hurricane Katrina, Christy? Do you?
Passed in your family. Yeah. Even Nia was like born, around that time. It's like everybody's past surrounds what happened, not just Gypsies.
I think that would be true for any of us if things happen in our family. Like, no, we don't all have the exact same situation that the Blanchards do, but all of us have things that have happened in our family that change who our family is, how our family responds to each other and other people. I mean, unfortunately, all of our stuff isn't, under microscope for people to question over and over and over again. I think that's where we should realize that people need some grace, and sometimes just let them be people and not ask them, a million questions and dig into every single aspect of their life. Like, everybody deserves some aspect of privacy, in my opinion.
Yeah. Thank y'all. It's like,
well, Gypsy would have that had she not posted her whole entire life all over social media and national television for everyone to see and pick apart and dig into and want the truth of the story from, I mean, that's why we all started with this, because we wanted the truth, because Gypsy's stories kept changing from one second to the next. So, yeah, that's why we started doing that, because we all wanted the actual truth and facts. Double standards. I mean, isn't that odd that that's her name? But I'm not getting into it. Anyway, I'm not.
One minute, you were perfect, and then the next, it's like, when I got that call from Rod, and when he told me, he's gone, and they can't bring Gypsy, and I was like, what? And then he said it again, and I could hear it in his voice, and ooh, that was rough. Do you have any trauma from back then?
Actually,
are you serious? That's all she has to say about Dee Dee passing. Oh, Rod told me that Dee Dee's gone and they've brought Gypsy in. And her response is, oh, that's rough. Like, what?
I know.
Okay. But y'all pay attention here to what's about to happen. And we've seen where some of y'all have asked, who are these new people on the panel? We don't know. We don't know. All we know is that Bree and several of the brainless cult minions had a falling out because those people finally opened their eyes to what Gypsy is and who she really is, and they finally seen the truth and the proof and the facts and the receipts to prove what we've all been saying, at least on this side anyway, that we've all been speaking the truth over here. And they left. They left the panel. They stopped following Bree. All of that. And so I guess their little cult had to open up to accept new members, and that's who, you know, these new people are. This magic tail flowers, or whatever the name is, and that person down here in the corner that just says hey or whatever, that's Jeanette. A lot of you may be familiar with Jeanette being on the panel, and that's Rogie right here, and Sheena, and Planty, all of that. But y'all just heard how Double Standards was talking about everyone deserves grace, everyone, right? Well, look how she's fixing to treat this new member here that's been hanging out on Bree's panel.
Detective Destiny, can I just ask why you would post 3 days ago that Rod and Christy make threats over the prison emails and they're mad their marriage is exposed, and you're sitting up all here being BFFs with her like you're having an interview?
Because I've been listening to all of 1980 Destiny's, Millennials videos, and she was being threatened. And this person was posturing as Rod and Christy.
I never.
Okay, but do you realize that your posts are very, I mean, you even said that you hope Christy moves on and that Rod isn't attracted to her, but you're sitting here asking her questions like you guys are at Starbucks.
I did listen to the prison.
Well, damn!
I do think that Christy should move on. If you've heard the prison emails, I would have left.
Okay, well, why don't you get down from the panel and go form your own opinion? But why should she even speak to you after you post that stuff about her? That's disgusting, honestly.
That's some big balls to be coming up in here. That's some big balls.
I had I had read all of that already.
Y'all see, they kicked her off of the panel. Double Standards went off on her and then kicked her off of the panel before she could even answer for herself. Christy was over here trying to explain, but you had Sheena, Planty, and Double Standards, all three hollering over Christy trying to speak, saying, I've seen all of the emails, I've read all of the emails, I've been knowing about all of the emails. So she was actually trying to answer this girl before Double Standards kicked her off the panel.
And so it wasn't...
Oh, anybody a damn explanation.
It's
none.
But they all thinking, oh, I didn't know about this. Rod and I have come a long way. But people were making it sound like this had just happened and all it is. And it's like, no, it didn't just happen.
Yeah, we're not
going to accept this person with this name. Like, no, I don't think we're going to accept that name up in here.
Girl, Planet, you know more than anybody that I don't read.
Girl, listen, I get tired of these people. Go ahead, Chris.
Can I just say to Destiny, I don't understand what Rod and Christy's relationship has to do with the crime. And if you were actually into true crime, you wouldn't even be posting about that. So you made yourself a big joke coming on here. I hope you enjoyed the questions you got to ask, and that you get a little post out of it, and then you can probably screen record it, but that's fine. But you can go fuck yourself.
Double Standards is a good name for this person, because literally she's saying that what this Destiny person had to say or is posting about, whatever, had nothing to do with the crime. So why is she even asking these questions? Because Christy and Rod's relationship has nothing to do with the crime. It kind of does, because Gypsy was wanting her dad's attention her whole life, but that's a whole nother subject. I digress. But Double Standards is wanting to make the point that it has nothing to do with the crime, so it shouldn't be talked about. But then they also are all the time complaining that we talk about the crime and the case, saying, it's over with, move on. So, which is it?
Mhm.
All I can say is double standards is a good name for this girl. I'll just leave it at that.
Wait, who?
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the content that you just made off of Christy with your fake ass. Acting like you're sitting at a fucking coffee shop. That's wild.
But remember, we have the recording, so don't lie.
Oh my
We will
god.
call you out. Period.
Oh my god. Ooh.
I said it.
Oh no.
Look, I mean, what they choose to do with it is what they choose to do with it. I know my truth. My stories are never freaking changed.
Mm.
But I didn't know that.
The role,
Take a listen to the very beginning, though, one more time.
you know, the drama, the distraction, and then it calms down. You know, that constant, like, it's one thing after another helps people control the situation also.
Right. I mean, they just kept moving further away. And for Katrina, when they were at the shelter, they had volunteers, and I think it was a volunteer from Missouri, and was telling, Dee Dee and Gypsy about Missouri, and that's why they went to Missouri, like how nice it was and everything.
Ayla in the comments says you should write a book, and I agree.
It's been talked about.
Okay, do y'all think Christy is possibly already working on a book? I know she said that it's been talked about or it's being talked about. Or do y'all think it's just like the situation of her and Rod getting their own Lifetime show about fixing up their new house and property that they bought that completely flopped and didn't go through? Where this is just a bust and she's not really getting a book deal or writing a book? Or do you think she is? And would you buy it? And would you buy a book if Ryan bought it? Also, we thought y'all would find this interesting. We were looking for something the other day on the internet, like people do every day, and happened to come across this, where we seen Gypsy's book being sold on eBay and several other sites, many other sites, as pre-owned and things like that. But y'all can see here where this person is selling the book pre-owned at $18.39. Remember back when she done her meet and greet when her book first came out that we covered, we did videos on it and stuff. You could pay $30 and that would get you a picture with Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the unaliver. And people were taking their little kids in there and everything, their little girls in there to take pictures with her. Anyway, y'all remember that. The $30 would get you the book and a picture with her and get to meet her and all of that. Now, you didn't get an autograph from her because, remember, she already had certain copies that were autographed of her book. And then she had paperback and hardback or whatever. So, yeah, so it's just odd that her book has gone down and people are just trying to either get their money back and sell it for the price that they paid for it, $30, or they're selling it for less. I personally don't know what people are thinking trying to sell her book for more than what they paid for it, but, hey, whatever. I guess so there's some gypsy white knighters out there who would, pay more than what it's worth for it. But we also found where you can literally go on an online public library and rent her book, not even rent it, but get her book completely free. Just like if you went to your public library. Well, I know like for us where we live in our town, we have a public library. You can go and rent books. It's completely free. The only time you have to pay is a late fee. Like if you bring the book back late. But this is two different sellers here, and one's trying to sell the book for $29.94 as new with free shipping, And then another one is selling it new, $39.26 with $7.23 shipping. And y'all can see this one right here was on eBay. Y'all can see eBay up there at the top. And this person is selling it for $22.71 plus $11.50 shipping. Again, this is our opinion, but we think that this seller is absolutely crazy. They done lost their mind. They've gone bonkers because they are trying to sell Gypsy's book, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, signed in person, My Time to Stand, HC book memoir. Now, we all know that she did not sign the books in person. She was not even allowed to have a pen at the meet and greet that she did in New Orleans at the Garden District Bookshop where she did the meet and greets. Remember, it even showed on her television show her having this huge stack of these like stickers that she could sign, or name cards, name plates, whatever you want to call them, that she had to sign. She had to sign each one of them, and there was about 9 on each page, and she had to sign each one of them.
They were called nameplates.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, hubby. Thank you. Sorry. Hubby is on it tonight, y'all. Like, he is just on me, wanting to correct me on every little thing. Anyway, yeah, the nameplates that they just, it looks like just a sticker though that she signed and they stuck in the book. That's literally what it looks like.
That's all it was.
Well, so I was right there. I was technically right. But anyway, y'all can see that it's one of those, but it showed on her television show her having to sign each one of these so that they could put one in all of the books that cost extra for a signed copy. Remember, she even done a TikTok video saying, you can pre-order my book now. You can order a hard copy, paperback, or a pre-signed copy, a pre-autographed copy of my book, My Time to Stand and Lie. But yeah, this seller is selling it for $195. $195, y'all. Sorry, but I think that seller has gone bonkers, and I don't think they will sell it at that price. I really don't. So what are y'all's thoughts and opinions on all of this, the whole book thing, and if Christy and Ryan will really write a book? And do you think that Christy really has a book deal in the works? Do they think that their book will do any better than Gypsy's did? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. But what are y'all's thoughts and opinions on it? Let us know in the comment section down below, and we'll be conversating with y'all like always. Sorry this video ran a little bit long, but we hope y'all still enjoyed it nonetheless and found it interesting. And thank you so very much to all of our subscribers. Again, a huge shout out to y'all and all of our members as well. Thank you so much. Y'all are truly amazing. We love and appreciate every single one of you. We are so grateful for every single one of you. We honestly are. And if you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell, all of the things, and we would truly appreciate it so very much. And we'll see y'all in the next one. And we hope y'all have a good night, and God bless.
Have a good night, and God bless.
Bye.
Bye.
Here's that video clip of Christy without any interruptions.
The roller coaster is how people keep you controlled too. You know, the drama, the distraction, and then it calms down. You know, that constant, like, it's one thing after another helps people control the situation also.
Right. I mean, they just kept moving further away, and for Katrina, when they were at the shelter, they had volunteers, and I think it was a volunteer from Missouri, and was telling, you know, Dee and Gypsy about Missouri, and that's why they went to Missouri, like how nice it was and everything.
Ayla in the comments says you should write a book, and I agree.
It's been talked about.
Be very cathartic.
It's been talked about. So
it must be hard though, like, because you've known everybody. It's been 30 years, and it's just like these things never really go away. It's like everybody's passed in your family.
yeah.
Even Mia was like born, around that time. It's like everybody's past surrounds what happened, not just gypsies.
I think that would be true for any of us if things happen in our family. Like, no, we don't all have the exact same situation that the Blanchards do, but all of us have things that have happened in our family that change who our family is, how our family responds to each other and other people. I mean, unfortunately, all of our stuff isn't, under microscope for people to question over and over and over again. I think that's where we should realize that people need some grace, and sometimes just like let them be people and not ask them, a million questions and dig into every single aspect of their life. Like, everybody deserves some aspect of privacy, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's like, one minute your world's perfect, and then the next it's like, when I got that call from Rod, and when he told me, he's gone, and they came for Gypsy, and I was like, what? And then he said it again, and I could hear it in his voice, and ooh, that was rough.
Do you have any trauma from back then?
Actually, Detective Destiny, can I just ask why you would post 3 days ago that Rod and Christy make threats over the prison emails and they're mad their marriage is exposed, and you're sitting up all here being BFFs with her like you're having an interview?
Because I've been listening to all of 1980 Destiny's, Millennials videos, and she was being threatened. And this person was posturing as Rod and Christy.
Oh, I never.
Okay, but do you realize that your posts are very? I mean, you even said that you hope Christy moves on and that Rod isn't attracted to her, but you're sitting here asking her questions like you guys are at Starbucks.
I did listen to the prison.
Well, damn!
I do think that Christy should move on. If you've heard the prison emails, I would have left.
Okay, well, why don't you get down from the panel and go form your own opinion? But why should she even speak to you after you post that stuff about her? That's disgusting, honestly.
That's some big balls to be coming up in here. That's some big balls.
I had I had read all of that already. And so it wasn't...
anybody a damn explanation.
It's
none.
But they all thinking, I didn't know about this. Rod and I have come a long way. But people were making it sound like it just happened and all of this. And it's like, no, it didn't just happen.
Yeah, we're not
going to accept this person with this name. Like, no. I don't think we're going to accept that name up in here.
Girl, Planet, you know more than anybody that I don't read stuff.
Listen, though, I get tired of these people. Go ahead, Chris.
Can I just say to Destiny, I don't understand what Rod and Christy's relationship has to do with the crime. And if you were actually into true crime, you wouldn't even be posting about that. So you made yourself a big joke coming on here. I hope you enjoyed the questions you got to ask, and that you get a little post out of it, and then you can probably screen record it, but that's fine. But you can go fuck yourself.
Wait, who?
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the content that you just made off of Christy with your fake ass. Acting like you're sitting at a fucking coffee shop. That's wild.
But remember, we have the recording, so don't lie. Because we will call you out. Period. I said it.
Oh, no.
Look, I mean, what they choose to do with it is what they choose to do with it. I know my truth. My stories never freaking change.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know that.